Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to jump right in and embark on a quest to conquer one of the biggest hurdles in the tech world, the technical interview. So, if you're gearing up for any kind of data-related role, and let's be honest, that's everything from data analysis to software development these days, you already know the deal. SQL and database management systems, they're the gatekeepers. Getting a handle on these is an absolute must-have skill in today's job market.
Before we get into writing queries, let's just zoom out for a second. What even is a DBMS? Well, think of it as the powerful, unseen engine that stores, retrieves, and basically guards the world's most valuable asset, data. It's the foundation that lets us ask questions and, actually trust the answers we get back.
Okay, let's dive in. Every hero on a quest needs their toolkit, right? Well, for you, that toolkit starts with the language of databases, SQL, or structured query language.
It's funny, you might think of SQL as just one language, but it's really 4 mini languages all rolled into one, and each has a very specific job. Now, they're all important, for sure, but for today's quest, we're going to focus on the 2 you'll be using and asked about the most, DDL and DML.
The absolute best way to think about this is with a metaphor. DDL is the architect. It designs the library itself, defining the structure of your tables with commands like create and alter. DML, on the other hand, is the librarian who manages all the books inside, handling the selecting, inserting, and updating of the actual data. Okay, the primary key. This is probably the most fundamental concept for keeping your data from becoming a total mess. It's like a unique student ID number for every single record. It's the one thing that guarantees every row in your table is distinct, absolutely non-negotiable. So, if a primary key is that unique ID, a foreign key is just the reference to that ID in a completely different table. This is the magic. This is how you create relationships and make sure all the data across your entire database stays consistent and connected.
So we've got our fundamental tools, but now we have to enter the maze. See, our data is organized in all these separate cables, and to find our way through and answer the really complex questions, we need to connect those tables.
This is it. This is the big one. Your interviewer will absolutely ask you this. Maybe not directly, but through a problem they want you to solve. And the answer is your secret weapon, joins.
Just think of joins as these powerful tools for building bridges between different islands of data. You might have customer information on one island and all their order history on another. Well, joins are what allow you to bring them together to create that complete picture. So what's the crucial point here? It's pretty simple. You use an inner join when you only want the perfect overlap, say customers who have actually placed orders. But you use an outer join when you need to see everything from one side, like all of your customers, even the ones who haven't placed an order yet. See the difference? The group by clause is your tool for summarizing. It's how you go from a super long, messy list of individual sales to a clean, powerful summary of total sales per region, or maybe the average order value for each customer. It's incredibly useful. Okay, where versus having. This is a concept that trips up a lot of people, but there's a really simple way to remember it. Think of where as filtering your raw ingredients before you bake the cake, like only looking at sales that happened last year. Having, on the other hand, filters the finished cakes after you've already grouped them, like only show me the regions whose total sales were more than $1 million.
All right, take a deep breath. We're now entering the dragon's lair. This is where we face the more advanced concepts. And honestly, mastering this is what separates the junior candidates from the senior ones who get the job offer.
This is a classic trade-off, and interviewers love to ask about it. Think of it this way. Normalization is about organizing your treasure room perfectly, with everything in its proper, non-repeated place to make sure your data is clean. Denormalization is about putting a few gold coins right by the door so you can grab them as fast as possible. You're sacrificing a little bit of order for pure speed. Interviewers always ask about indexes because they want to know if you understand performance. It's just like an index in a book. It lets you jump directly to the data you need without having to scan every single page. Now, what's the trade-off? It makes reading data much faster, but it can slightly slow down writing new data because the index has to be updated too. So they ask about ACID properties to see if you can be trusted with critical data. It's a 4-part guarantee. First, atomicity means the whole transaction succeeds or none of it does. It's all or nothing. Consistency makes sure the data is always in a valid state. Isolation prevents a bunch of transactions from interfering with each other. And finally, durability guarantees that once a change is saved, it's going to survive any system crash.
And there you have it. You've navigated the fundamentals, connected the dots, and you've even faced the dragon. You are now ready to claim the treasure, the confidence to walk into that room and absolutely ace your interview.
At the end of the day, remember what this is all about. Preparation really is the key. It's not just about memorizing answers to pass some test. It's about building the real, fundamental skills that are going to unlock your career in this industry.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Knowing the definition of a left join is good, but the answer that gets you the job, that's the one that explains why you would choose a left join over an inner join to solve a specific business problem. It's not just about knowing the tools. It's about showing you're a craftsman who knows how to use them to build something meaningful. That's how you win.